What about it, YouTube? Well, oh snap. Just like I was saying in my last video, we're about to see the property crimes go off the chart. They're all bragging on TikTok about how they're ready to chimp out, how they're ready to go loot stores, how they're going to have a big old Thanksgiving, and how they don't give a crap because they got the rug pulled on their snap on their EBT. Oh, yeah, good job, Trump. Oh, yeah, right before Christmas, just rip that out from underneath them. And all these freaking people over and over again, Legion of Men, who's the black guy in my history? Duncan, the black guy showing a white chick who's dunking, I shouldn't have to pay for your 9 kids. These people are dunking on people losing the ability to feed themselves and their kids. I mean, I really don't understand that. Just that, right? Like, if you want respect and appreciation for anything in life from other people's, you have to have that within you, right? Now, I'm not saying that means get walked on and get abused or whatever, but this excuse for your lack of humanity, as if you are the one paying for their 9 kids, as if you are the one who stands next to the checkout lady when they come through with their 9 kids and says, okay, I got them, here's my card. You're not part of that. It doesn't affect you at all. It doesn't affect your taxes. It doesn't affect your lifestyle. It doesn't affect anything. And what should drive you nuts is that the people that are cutting the hair, that are pushing this austerity onto the EBT folk, they don't ever take a haircut. No, they don't ever take a haircut. They don't ever have to oh gosh, am I going to have to ride coach this time, save a few bucks? Maybe I'll take the train and save on my carbon footprint or, do they ever take a haircut for themselves? No. No, 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 no. They'll give themselves raises. They'll pull all kind of shady stuff. They'll shut down government that affects certain people. The low guys, the lower rung people, trust me, they didn't cut themselves off of getting a paycheck. But they're going to take away EBT and SNAP from people that pull that rug right before Christmas. And people are having a dunk on it. I'm going to explain it one more time. Seems like I'm always doing this. The way it works is every dollar that comes into existence from the government's borrowing is borrowed without obligation. And that is what is used for spending. Spending for the military. Sorry, I'm not trying to do the Trump frickin' head of the spear signal or something. I'm not a Q-tard. Anyway, every dollar, whether it's military, whether it goes to Israel, Argentina, Ukraine, whether it goes to pay for a senator's paycheck, whether it goes to EBT, it does not matter what the government spent. Whether Rand Paul talking about, we got these programs, transgender studies in Uganda and the spotted mothwing mating habits in Oregon or something. Millions of dollars. I know, it sounds terrible. It sounds like, oh, my taxpayers might be taxing it to. Dude, in a roundabout sort of kind of way, maybe, but not really. Because the accounting is all effed up. When Trump was borrowing at 0%, our tax liability should have been 0 for that year. If everybody was being honest about how the mechanics of our economy works, then you would understand that the usury is the only obligation. The usury is what your taxes pay. And for last year's spending, at best, your taxes are being funneled right into billionaires' boxes who did nothing but say, oh, you want some money, Congress? Okay, here. That's all they did. And I know it sounds, oh, the magic mountain of money, how does it work? Oh, gosh, it just doesn't make sense because you're so tied up in your own household debt. You can't imagine how a country has millions of people and billions of dollars worth of resources that mean nothing without people putting their hands on them. You can't understand how that creates credit. You can't understand how that creates a store of value in itself and potential. Essentially credit. You can't understand that. I'm trying to boom, blow your mind up so that you can finally understand how economics works in the United States. Boom! How fiat works. How it's not evil in itself. Because the resources are real. Your labor is real. Trying to say it's fake and toilet paper, you're a fool, man. You're a fool. Trying to say it should be based upon one commodity that's priced in dollars. I mean, you're having to price fix a commodity and put a ball and chain on it and say that's where the value came from one commodity found in the earth when there's how many that we use? Aluminum and steel and silver and copper and nickel. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on of what the earth has. Lithium, that we use wood to build houses. All these resources that we use to build and make things, and the idea is to increase the quality of life. All of this, that's where the value is, not in one little shiny rock that you found. It's priced in dollars. Leave it alone. So is copper. So is your house. So is Bitcoin. Okay? It's all priced in dollars. So just relax. All right? And you need to relax if the government wants to give people money so they can eat. That's the first place the money should go. If you want to complain about government spending and how it's going to moth studies and transgender studies and you get, fine, I'm behind you. Let's cut them programs. Let's refocus that into free healthcare. Instead of us spending, you want to cry about something? Instead of us giving Israel money so they can have free healthcare. No, they can have zero money and we get the free healthcare. Ukraine, sorry you got problems. We're going to have free healthcare. Everyone should have SNAP. Everyone, rich and poor, need to eat. Rich and poor need healthcare. Toilets need to flush. There's no equity. The grocery stores have the food to feed rich and poor. The only thing standing in the way is that SNAP, is that payment. Rich and poor could all get a $300, $400, $500 a month stipend or whatever per person. Whatever's reasonable. I don't know. $300, I guess, is probably reasonable. $10 a day to eat. That's pretty cheap, dude. Today's prices. So yeah, everybody gets $300. Rich and poor, across the board. Zero income tax, no usury. We're just gonna. When the government says it needs money, it knows it needs money. It can get this money to pay for works projects, to put you to work, to have the best rail systems, maglev and high-speed rail and perfect roads everywhere and zero unemployment. We could have zero unemployment with works projects that the government would, and the government could pay you real good. Because again, all you're going to do is go take that, put it back into the economy, spend it, help to grow everything, the GDP and everything, because now you can fill up your fridge. Now you can go get a car. Now you can sign up for a house. Now you can do things that you want to do because you have the ability, because the government said so, because how can they, you know what I mean? They can endlessly make bombs, nobody gets confused about that. Like, damn, what if we ran out of money and couldn't make another bomb? That would fucking suck, wouldn't it? It's not going to happen. They can feed everybody, and it doesn't affect you, or it doesn't turn stuff in a negative way. We could all have free healthcare. Everyone needs healthcare at some point. You have a broken bone, there's a doctor ready to fix it. The only thing standing in the way is that payment. He needs to get paid. He needs to get compensated for his skills, and he needs to fill up his fridge. The government can do that. How much was that to fix the arm? Government can write the check. But easy, done. There's no equity in you having your arm fixed, except that now you can go be more productive again in society and contribute more to the GDP. So all boats rise. So it makes me sick to my stomach to hear someone talking about, ha ha ha, your 9 kids don't get to eat right before Christmas and Thanksgiving because you were lazy, just mooching off taxpayers like me. I'm sick of paying for your bills. I'm sick of paying for your kids. Ha ha ha, what a dunk. You're a damn fool. You're a damn fool that has no idea how bad things can get with civil unrest. You've never been through a real tragedy of war or the impact of that, the suffering and the psychological impact and the mass destruction and just chaos and malaise that comes from that kind of a situation. You've never lived the Gaza experience. So you have no reference point. You've been spoiled your whole life on your phone, talking, thinking about, I ain't paying for your EBT. Good luck when your car gets broke into. Good luck when you have a home invasion, you get raped. Good luck when you get mugged. Good luck when you get stabbed in the neck. And you can say, oh, that's happening anyway. Oh, they're already. Okay, let's make it worse. Let's rug pull everything out of their fridge and see if we can see how much better that makes it. You're foolish. You want to bring unity. I mean, it's not like you can't turn this ship around real quick, but you can. It's hitting the rocks. It's hitting the rocks. And Trump, he's like, should we try to turn it away from the rocks? No, let's go right for the frickin' reef. Let's just drive this son of a bitch right into the fucking rocks. And you guys are, ha ha ha, we're going in the rocks. Ha ha ha. God bless.